just why do we find narcissistic individuals so attractive? We often discuss why narcissistic people find us attractive. However, there has to be some form of mutual attraction in order for us to be attracted to them. Now, you can have come across that narcissistic individual where you are just not interested, but they just keep coming and chipping away at you until you find yourself giving in to them. They're very exploitative, very manipulative. Children can have a narcissistic parent who treats them so horrifically, but they're crying out for that love and affection from their parent. So when it comes to narcissistic individuals, it's not only that the narcissist is attracted to us, more often than not, we are also attracted to them. Yet why are we attracted to someone who treats us so horrifically? Usually because when you first get to know them, they're not treating you so horrifically. When they're your parents, they often have that moment of treating you well. When you go for that job interview, the boss comes across very well. And though they're going to hit all your career goals, help you achieve all your career goals, you're sucked into that illusion with them. And it's not until you're deep in that illusion that you are then in a fight for your life to get back out of what you've been drawn into. We are often attracted to narcissistic people because a good majority of them have that charismatic charm. They seemingly have it all together. They seemingly know where life's taking them. Not only do they seemingly know where life's taking them, they want to take you with them. So it seems too good to be true, because it usually is too good to be true. They have that magnetic personality whereby we tend to overlook the red flags. Not only do we overlook the red flags, the thing about life is, until you've learned something, you don't know something. And after the fact, once we've learned it and we know about it, we can think, how can we be so stupid? Wow, I was such an idiot. You weren't stupid, you weren't an idiot. You just didn't have the knowledge. You didn't have the life skills to understand what was happening. So we often overlook those red flags because we've no clue what those red flags are telling us. We're not in tune enough with our intuition to listen to it, and people are often mocked and belittled for listening to their intuition. Narcissistic people create an intense and a magnetic initial attraction, initial connection with them. They treat you so well, so why wouldn't you want to be around them when everything seems so great? When something brings you joy and happiness and pleasure, it's very difficult to say no. And when you can't see anything wrong with the person or with the relationship, you're highly unlikely to say no. Narcissistic people make you feel captivated by their presence, only you don't realise that one day later down the line you're going to be held captive with them, like that little fly that's zooming into the window, trying to escape, trying to get out, and just going and going and going. That's where you end up with a narcissist, because you don't see another way. You try so many different approaches to make it work with them, and nothing seems to happen, yet you're led to believe that everything's your fault. So you keep going and draining yourself around them. Narcissistic people have a knack of making you feel so good about yourself. We're all human. We all have our insecurities. We all have our weaknesses. We all make our mistakes. In the beginning, a narcissist is going to be there to support you, to help you, to flatter you, to convince you that they're the one for you, to claim that they have everything in common with you. Why wouldn't you want to spend your time around somebody like this? And it's only once they've sucked you in too far that you begin to see the cracks of who they are as a person. And as we know, we have our flaws, we make our mistakes, we don't get everything right, we forgive them, not realising they're not learning from theirs, they're blaming us for theirs. We can crave that excitement, that narcissistic people kind of have that larger than life to them. We can all crave that bit of excitement within our life. They make it fun. Many narcissistic people can bring out that child side to you. And when you've been adulting for far too long, it gets a bit boring. So when a narcissist comes along all larger than life with bringing out that child side to you, it's fun, it's exciting. We don't recognise the manipulation. They sell you the idealised image of the illusion of who they are as a person and what you will achieve together, usually based on what you would like as a person, on who you are as a person. They mirror you, and this isn't the human subconscious mirroring where we might just, if someone folds their arms, we might just naturally fold our arms, not realise we're doing it. This is where they will copy your hobbies, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. They get to know everything about you and what you like and sell it back to you as though they want those things too. They promise you things in the future to get their needs met in the present. And when it's your strongest desires that they're using against you, not that you realise this at the time, it's difficult to say no to someone. Oh, you'd like to get married? Me too. Yeah, this relationship's not for me. Oh, you don't want to get married? No, neither do I. This relationship's not for me. Oh, you want a home in the country? Yeah, I want a home in the country, so I don't think we'll work. It doesn't work that way. They're selling you what you want. You believe that they want it too, and that you can achieve these things together. Only they're just manipulating you. Empathetic. You being the empathetic one, just caring about someone. Narcissistic people can put on the biggest victim plays you have ever seen, and you are compelled into feeling sorry for them and wanting to try and help them and wanting to try and make them happy and show them that not everyone is like that. You can also stay with them way longer than you should due to that empathy, because you care about them and you believe that they've just made a mistake, because after all, in the beginning they were so nice, when it's all an act to deceive you so that they can get their needs met by you. And with the heartbreaking stories they tell you, the difficulty is some of these stories can be true. More often than not, with a narcissist, it's what the narcissist did to somebody else. However, some horrific things can have also happened to them. They can have also suffered. Yet they'll only tell you. Narcissistic people do the same thing. So they'll only tell you what they need you to hear so that they can manipulate you. Familiarity, can't speak, from previous experience, growing up with narcissistic parents, seriously can't speak, growing up with narcissistic parents, you get used to that way of life and you start to believe that behaviour is normal, that is actually abusive, yet you don't recognise it, often until you start trying to explain it to somebody else and they say, that's not normal, that's not how people treat each other. That you start to see what you've been through. So previous experience, not only from being familiar with that, but also the chemicals it releases, the dopamine from the highs and the cortisols from the stress. Your body becomes naturally addicted to these. So then you're kind of seeking them in your experiences throughout your life. A lack of awareness is a big one. Again, we don't know what we haven't learned. And we're not expected to know what we haven't learned, yet when we do learn it, we believe that we should have known. But you don't know what you don't know. Anything and everything that we do is learned, often from others that have already been there and done that. We see somebody do something, a child sees someone walking, the baby doesn't know how to walk, it learns. We see someone swimming. We don't automatically know how to swim. We learn. Yes, there's certain things that certain people pick up on a lot quicker and have a more natural ability than others. However, we still have to learn. So a simple lack of awareness is why we can be attracted to narcissistic individuals, because more often than not, their love bombing is very similar to the love languages. So we don't know any different. We have to learn to take things slow and get to know people for who they are and not who they sell themselves to be. Another one is just trying to win somebody over. When a narcissistic person has treated you so well and then distances themselves from you, you want that good bit back. So you try and win them over. You chase after them. And then the narcissist has gained that validation and attention that they're special. And the narcissistic person, if they're cheating on someone to get together with you and they come on strong, so you want to spend your time with them, and then they distance themselves from you, so you chase after them, then they tell their partners that, when their partner inevitably finds out, that you're the one that wouldn't leave them alone, not what they did in the first place, lying to you, claiming that they were single. So we can just want to win people over. There's lots of reasons why you can find yourself attracted to narcissistic individuals. Any reasons you recognise, please add into the description, into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a couple of books out on Amazon, 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People and a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.